Hello everyone, this lesson I would like to show you how web system or web architecture looks like. It will help you to understand how to test and which area something and where the faults are coming while you test websites. So for just let us see here. I'm just going to row. This is your machine. Let's say this is your client machine and you are working over here. You open browsers to access anything, and when you say here google.com, google.com will be passed through internet and then go to the server. Servers are, there are some programs. Servers are nothing, just a number of programs that we call server-side programs like PHP, Python, SP, Node.js, such a program. So you send requests to these programs, and these programs send requests to the database at the back end, and then the database will return something to these servers, like PHP, for example, and the PHP will throw the result to your browser. It means there is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, Angular, jQuery, Ajax over here, and is processed and displayed to your browser. This is the way how architecture is working. In short, let me just show you by opening a website. For example, you just come over here and say, for example, Google. This is a client side. So by the time when you say Google, you get, just sorry, Google, you get the Google homepage. So the box comes here, the button is coming here, the link is coming here. Who display this one? The HTML is displaying this one. If I say show you this one, inspecting, I will show you that this is HTML code. So that's why it is displayed. To display this HTML box, there is a code. You see over here, this HTML code displays this box. And also there is CSS that make up this all. We can see over here, style sheet over here. This is the one which makes the color, size, something, just make upping everything. So HTML is something like black and white picture, but CSS is just coloring the picture. Take it like this. So there are some JavaScripts running at the here on the side, which makes this the page dynamic. Sometimes this will be changed and this will be changed. So this happens just because of the JavaScript dynamicity. So all what I said to you here is on the uh, client side. So this is here. So in the client side, there is HTML displaying the page. There is CSS make upping the page. There's JavaScript, Ajax, and jQuery. Just JavaScript just make your site dynamic and interactive, and jQuery and something also do the same thing but connect to the server. So what you see over here is CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery working. So if I say pizza over here, and if I press, now request is sent to the server. Here is the server. Then it's sent to the server through Ajax, and then the server might be PHP. Most of the time, PHP is popular, but there are Node.js, Angular, Python, such stuff, Perl also. And also this server scripts access the request pizza and send a query to the database, to the backend. The database will select any column which has pizza and reply the result to PHP, and PHP replies back to HTML. Then HTML displays that data in this format. That's why you see such a format, and you see here colors, something like that is done by CSS. So this is the architecture of a web system. Now let me show you a sample. Do not think that this should be in different machines, something like that. Just when you say server, not about the machine. Of course, the machine should be a high-performing machine, means CPU high, storage, memory, I/O should be high, but it is about the program. PHP is a server-side script. It is about the program. Database is, if it is MySQL, it is database. So if it is HTML, it is a client-side. Programs, we have to consider programs in terms of, to say that this is server, this is client, not about the machine, not about the hardware. So let me show you a sample architecture that I have in my machine. In my own computer, I have everything. So I will show you right now. I'm just going to open XAMPP. It is my server, web server. So I'm just starting web server on my machine, and I'm starting the database, MySQL database. I have already MySQL database. So I'm just going to open a MySQL database over here. Look, my SQL database is here. I'm just going to show you. And I have e-commerce database already developed, and inside e-commerce database I have customers. So I have a number of customers over here, almost 97 customers I have. If I need my customer to register to my database, you know that when you just go to Amazon shopping, eBay, something, you have to register yourself. So I need to register your information to here in this format. So I have, let me just make it like this. So this is a backend. Do not forget, this is now my backend. You have to be clear on that. This is my backend. So this is my database. That means is on backend. So what I need is I need an HTML page that my customers should access, and it's like this. I need an HTML page here that my customer should access. I have HTML page. That HTML page I developed here. Let me show you. Before I open, I would like to show you where my HTML page is. I just come to here and go to C drive, and XAMPP is my server. So I stored my HTML code in test under test register. This is my register. I'm going to open you. So this is, I have one HTML page which is used to create a form for my customers to fill their personal data and send requests to the server, and will be recorded to my database. So this is the code. If I run this code, I will get a form like this. To open this code, I have to use here. I have to use here localhost, localhost, not actual localhost. So I have to say localhost and test. It is, and then I will say here register.html, because if you see the folder, it is register is under test. That's why. So I am accessing this register HTML. It looks like this. So you fill your data over here. I'm just minimizing. So if you fill, for example, here, Solomon, customer ID is, for example, let's say 7777. Do not forget this number. I would like to show you to whether it is displaying over here or not. So there's no 777, I'm sure. Yeah, we do not have that customer, so I'm just researching here, and I'm saying here Solomon, and contact name is, for example, have two, address is Randon. Let's say, I mean, Randon is city, postal code 21170, and country is USA. I am address, for example, local, and like this. So I'm just going to click register, and will pass. This is a page, do not forget, which I didn't have explained you. You see customer ID, here is a customer ID. This is solo e-commerce site. You see solo e-commerce site, and customer registration. This is customer registration. If we change the customer like this, and this text will be displayed over here. If you refresh it, it will be displayed like this. So think that way. I just have lost the data, and I just back to here, and should be same thing. So if I just refresh right now, it will be changed. This we call it HTML code. So just let me record again. Solomon over here, and contact name is Habtu, address is Herondon, let's say. This one is also Herondon, and postal code is, for example, let's say like this, 2170, and country is USA. Now, if when I register, it should be registered over here, that you should be aware of that. And I'm going to click register now. Then it says customer registration successful. Now let us see whether it is registered over here. You see that Solomon uh, just it's 999. Let me refresh it again. Here customers was 99 actually. I just have registered. Just look at down over here. You see 999 Solomon, contact name is XXX. So contact name XX, not this one. This is not the one. This is the old one. This is the one. It's matched to here. So Solomon Habtu Herondon. Solomon Habtu and Herondon is over here. So this is the way how it is registered USA. You can see over here. If you want to delete this customer, I have a delete over here. So you can just make it here delete. But how it is just the path, that the way how this is registered from here to here. Let us see the path. This is HTML. We call it this client side, which displays this page. And I have one script. If you see over here inside HTML, there is you see register.php. When by the time when you click register, this script will run. It is, we consider it PHP as a server-side script, as you see over here, the image. It is server-side script, PHP. So HTML is a client-side script. So that script will be triggered, and let us see what that script looks like. And I'm taking you to that script now. I'm just bringing you to that script. Let me open that script, register PHP. This is a script. Do not take it that they are in the same computer, so they are in either server or client. They are not all like that. HTML is a client side, and PHP is considered as a server side. So do not, even though they are in the same folder and the same machine. So if I'm opening this one, so this is the one I'm just opening now parallelly, all of them. So it looks like this, register PHP. By the time when you fill this form and click register, it will go directly to register PHP. You see that it is the way how it accesses that information, customer ID, customer name, something from PHP. So this information will be passed to this one. And you know that if you know SQL already, it is inserting the customer and sending query to the database over here, and connecting to the database will be done here, and sending the query to that database. If you see here e-commerce database over here, you can see that e-commerce database over here. That's why it's referring. Localhost means my machine. That's why it is localhost over here. It's localhost, and I'm accessing it as a root without password. And this is the e-commerce table. Then I'm accessing the data from the PHP from the client side, and then connecting to the database and sending this query. Then after sending the query, automatically my SQL will process and record to there, and the reply will be sent to the PHP, and then replied me customer research successfully. That's why you saw customer research successfully. That is how a web architecture of looks like. And if I need to delete this customer, I just come over here, insert the customer ID, and then click delete. Then the customer will be deleted. Look at, I'm just clicking delete. Then which program is called now deletion is successful? It's saying now this customer is already deleted. If I refresh over here, will be seen that we will not no more this customer. So how it is happening is same thing. I have a script of PHP over here. I'm just opening that PHP delete the customer. It's a PHP. This is the script in the middle. So I'm just taking you both to be displayed like this. By the time when I click delete, and this delete customer will be called, and then you send the ID of the customer, and the ID of customer is here. Delete from customer, where customer ID equals to this one. This is the ID taken from this field, and this is a PHP server-side script, and send a request. That's why you get delete successfully. And if you refresh here, this one will be sent to the database because it's saying connect to that database over here, and sending the query. Now I'm going to refresh the customer. When I refresh the customer will be out of my record. This is not the one. If I need to delete this one again, and if I just copy and delete, this is ID is different. So 999 is another customer. So if I need to delete this one, if I just send delete customer, will be deleted. And if you just back and then refresh the customer will be deleted at the back. There is no more that one. So this is the way how the server side architecture and client side is working. And I will just back to here. Sorry, just let me be over there, and let me now show you in clear drawing that in our program web architecture we have just let me take it like this. Two sides, the server side and the client side. I mean, this is the server side, and this side is the client side, and this is the server side. Under the server side and under the client side, we have HTML, hypertext markup language. We have CSS, cascading style sheet. HTML displays anything in black and white. That means what you see here, for example, this box, what you see here, what you see here, this button, is displayed by HTML. But you can add CSS to change the color of this box, the color of this button, something like that. Then you can use CSS. So there you can add JavaScript also. JavaScript will just make your page dynamic, especially advertisement, blinking, some stuffs will be done by JavaScript. And then when you click register, automatically send to the server side script. That is PHP in my case, but there are a lot like ASP, Node.js, script is also working here. It can be also Python, Perl, but PHP is very popular, that's why. And this script will run. By the time when this script runs, it will just take data from, this data will be given to the PHP. PHP will process something and then send to the database if it is needed. Then the database accept the query and process that. Whatever you order, the query will be done and processed, and the result will be sent to PHP. PHP will process and back to the JavaScript or JS, and then HTML. HTML will display the result over here. This is the way how web architecture looks like. And now, just in short, I'm just going to explain again. This is HTML form. You fill this form. When you fill this form, it will call the client side. When you click this one, automatically go to the server side script. That's in my case is PHP. PHP means hypertext preprocessor, and this PHP process my request and create a query and send to my database. That's e-commerce database, and e-commerce database process the request. Whatever the query will be run and send back to the result, and the result will be processed over here. And then the result, based on the result, you can send back to the client side, and the client side will accept this one HTML, display whatever you have over here. This is the way how web architecture looks like. So it has server side and client side programs, and that's how it is. Database is almost at the end. That's why you saw it over here. over here to the program like this. So that's why when you open something over here using your browser, you will get the page based because of HTML, and you'll get the page colored because of CSS makeupping, and you will get some dynamic displays just because of JavaScript. And any request you send will be passed through internet to the server. That server has maybe PHP, Python. Most of the time, the server script and client script are stored in different, even though you see it in my machine at the same place. It's just for practice. So we'll go through internet and go to PHP, generate a query, appropriate query, and send to the database, and database run that query and then back the result. If it is selection, you'll get selection. If it is deletion, you'll get delete the record, and then PHP will analyze the result that comes from the database and send you to your jQuery, Ajax, or something like that, and that will be displayed to your screen. That is what web architecture looks like. It helps you where the fault will come probably, and you will do different types of testing from this point of view, and we'll see especially for integration testing. Thank you very much, and see you on next videos.